Da, 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 Mr. K Online.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Storygraph. Today you are going to be learning about a strategic tool to plan out your stories. So, what is the Storygraph? Well, the Storygraph is a story map that helps authors and you plan out all the elements in your story. How does it work? Well, you've got a vertical axis that is a measurement of the amount of excitement or tension in your story, and a horizontal axis that shows you the different points of time in your story's timeline. So, in summary, it basically shows you how much tension or excitement there is at any one time in your story. Now, what elements can be seen in a story graph? Well, to just give you a heads up, there are so many versions out there of a story graph or a story map that today I'm just going to give you some basic elements. Okay, so if you see something different out there to what I've done today, don't worry, it's a normal thing you're going to come across. Okay, so some of the elements are the hook, the problem, conflict, the challenge, the climax, and also the resolution. And sometimes I've seen so much detail put into these that you see the character and setting, and sometimes even the supporting characters written in the story graph. Awesome. So, the hook, what's this all about? Well, the hook is all about grabbing the reader's attention, and it's at the beginning of the story. So, there's a little bit of excitement, a little bit of tension there at the beginning in the hook. Now, some different ways you could do a hook to get the reader's attention is start with a loud sound like crash or boom. Or you could do something like a moment of change. Suddenly this happens. Or you could do something that's funny at the beginning. Or you could have some talking or dialogue between characters. Or you could even start with a question. Now, the problem or conflict. Now, this is a little bit further along in the story, and this is where the tension in the story starts to build. It's where the problem or the conflict is identified in your story. Then we've got the challenge. Now, the challenge is possibly where the story, the problem or conflict gets even worse than what it was. So the tension and the excitement is building even more, and we're further along in this story. Then you've got the climax. Now, the climax is the part of the story where the problem or conflict is solved and maybe the hero saves the day. Okay, so that's the climax. And this is where most of the tension and excitement is. Okay, and the last part is the resolution. Now, the resolution is where everything is sort of back to normal. Okay, everything's been solved, everything's sort of back to normal. So, just to recap, the parts of the story or the elements of the story that you could have along the story graph as your story goes along could be the hook, and it'll come up in a second, the problem and conflict, also a challenge, then the climax, and then finally the resolution. So there you have it. That was a basic story graph. Like I said, there are many different versions out there, so don't be too phased if you see something different. Excellent. I hope that helps you plan out your stories, and have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you've enjoyed the content or you just want to show your support, please just click the subscribe button down below. You hitting the subscribe button lets me know that you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe.